Set to go in the place accumulator today, 1,200 metres and away and racing. Dynamite Jet was slow out of the gates. Beginning well was Turbo 20s, right up there in the early part of the race, joined up front by And Action, Master Defence, down the inside Flash Lightning. Dynamite Jets towards their outside. They followed by First Lord as about 4 lengths off them Warsaw. Then American Pitbull, Colonel Green races further back with Tyrant's Vision, Man of Courage. Down now into the last 800 metres and picking it up towards the outside, Dynamite Jet. In fact, is down the centre, the yellow cap, American Pitbull, Colonel Green, Turbo 20, and Action's on the far side. Flash Lightning's got a few lengths to make up, and towards their outside is First Lord. 350 left to go, and Action has picked up the advantage. Flash Lightning, Dynamite Jet, War Sword. On the outside is Turbo 20. Further back then to Colonel Green, 120 to go, and Action the leader. Turbo 20 running around in the finish, but coming home strongly, and Turbo 20 picks up the advantage here. Turbo 20 with War Sword chasing hard, but Turbo 20 went on to beat War Sword, and Action was third. Colonel Green in behind that Man of Courage and Flash Lightning. Quite a long way back to the others, Villa Foss, and right at the back, Lux Struck. They were tail off here. That's the running of race number 2. It's a good victory by Turbo 20. He's out of the Captain Elmer Belclutha. And Turbo 20 picks up the maiden win and gives Candice Bass Robinson a win here at Fairview this afternoon. Number 10 is home in race 2.
Welcome back to Fairview this afternoon. Candice Bass Robinson raids and gets it right in the second race this afternoon. Aldo Domeyer also in the winner's box. Nice to have him. We'll chat to him shortly as well. And then I've got Nadine standing with me. She's collecting the 1,500 Rand from World Sports Betting for Fazil. So very well done to the winning groom. Fazil was set to travel here, looked well, won accordingly. Well done, and thanks to World Sports Betting. Let's go to Aldo. He is standing by. He's going to come and chat to us. And Aldo, nice to have you in the winner's box. Obviously, a bit of pressure when you arrive at Fairview and they price you up 5 to 10 and 6 to 10. And you think, oh, this is racing. It's not so easy. And I'm sure Aldo will share that sentiment as well. But you'll be happy with the son of Canford Cliffs. You have to be busy with him, though, because it looks like every now and then he wants to shirk his duties.
Yeah, definitely pinged the pens quite nicely. And I was hoping for him to take the bridle as he did going to the start. But none of that was taking place. And he was looking around from the 800. He started hanging to the left, and then I encouraged him on the left. He started hanging to the right. So very green. He's the type of horse that will run down a good horse, but at the same time, in mediocre company, he'll just hold his spot there. So I really had to encourage him, change sticks a few times, just to keep his mind on the job, because they kept coming at him. He only just gave you that little bit, so he kept you under pressure from the 800. And still a green horse. I just told Candice we're going to have to stick some speed into him, just so he can start understanding what it's about. And he's been gelded, so he can only learn from here.
All right, you've got a couple of rides, obviously still coming up as well this afternoon. Anything else that you fancy?
It's competitive, you know. These PE sprints are as competitive as anything, you know. Once you start meeting in the same handicap, they run here, you know, so you've got to respect these sprinters here in PE. I think the filly over 10 furlong, it's very difficult to say. I think 10 furlong's a cap, and we haven't had a thorough workout at home, so she's a decent sort. If she sees out the 10 furlong, she'll be a massive runner. Okay. Again, you've got to respect the career if you're there. Also another sort of competitive race, but we've got a nice filly. I think if it was a mile, I'd be supremely confident today, but it is a 10 furlong, so I'll go in there with a bit of respect. Going to have to be conservative with her and hopefully come running at him at the end.
Well, you're top jock. We appreciate the feedback, Aldo.
Thanks so much. Please tell Candice that.
All right, Candice, let's get into the picture. And I've mentioned before, Candice and I go way back, many, many years in this industry as well. And look how she's just flourished and come through, and she learned from the best, from Mike Bass. So Mike and Carol, well done. You did a really good job here with Candice as well. Candice, nice to have you in the winner's box coming to the races this afternoon. Firstly, the colours, everything, and the syndicate, you're going to touch on that a little bit as well, but you'll be happy to go home with that win.
Definitely, Neil. You know, he's been a little tricky horse. He shows that he's got ability, but his mind's not always on the job, which is why we gelded him in the first place. And he had a fairly decent run back, first run after gelding, but he's still very green, and he tries to shirk things a little bit. I think he needs to strengthen up a bit more so that he's able to do it a little bit easier. So yeah, we'll get there with him, but he's a very athletic little horse. He's got lovely action, and I was just hoping they wouldn't be too quick for him today. That my filly in the first Jews girl, I think, just got completely run off her feet in that 1,000 today. They're very quick, so it's not easy to come out here, bring horses out here for these sprints. As Elder was saying, it is tricky, but nice to get a win under the belt. And as I say, once he strengthens up, I think he'll be an okay little horse. He's got a lovely partnership. Obviously, the Centenary Syndicate. We've got quite a few horses in the yard for them now, and it's always a lot of fun, and there's a lot of banter and whatever that goes on the group. A few new people that have come in, so well done to all of them. A lot of people having their first time horse, first time winner, first time everything. So great to have a winner for them today. And let's hope that, as I say, he can go on from here. As I say, he's not an easy horse to ride. I think he gave Eldon a hard time today. So good ride from him as well. And nice, thank you.
All right, now your opinion about Piroshka, race 4?
Yeah, he needed his run quite badly last time when I brought him down here. He'd been off for quite some time, and we'd obviously, under the working conditions, it's been a bit tricky, but he's had a run now, so he should be a fitter horse today. It's not an easy race, O'Neill. It's quite a competitive field, but he's a decent horse on his day, and he certainly will be competitive, I would think.
All right, now we get to the big one this afternoon, and that to me, Nadine and I, we arrived on course and we said, we can't wait for race 7. There's some proper quality horses. The Raiders that have arrived, and believe me, we've got a very special horse here taking part in this afternoon's feature as well. But you've got Gold Poker Game. She's a 5-time winner, this mare, and she's raided once, and she won on that occasion.
Yeah, she's got a lot of ability, Neil. She's a very decent filly, and I think probably this year, she's going to continue racing as a 5-year-old this year. She's been very tall and light, and she's only just started to fill out now. So I think probably we'll have her best season ahead of her coming up now. 10 furlong. Maybe a little bit of a stretch for her. I think she's probably best over a mile. I would think that's probably her best trip. I do think she will get the trip. My only concern is that obviously under the circumstances, I haven't got the proper work that I would like to get into going into a feature race over 2,000 meters. I would like either for her to have had a run or to be able to get a little bit more work in it. The only good thing is that she doesn't take a huge amount of work, so she might just be able to get away with it, and she gives herself a chance in the race. So little factors, I thought we'd just take our chances, and she's doing quite nicely at home. She has had a gallop, but hopefully that's enough to take on a fairly decent field like today.
All right, lovely having you here, Candice, as always, and we look forward to hopefully chatting to you later.
Thanks, Neil.
Here we go. It's Candice Bass Robinson, and that stable's been around as long as I can remember. And when I think of Bass racing, I think of one horse, Pocket Power.